you shouldn't aspire to want to work at Brands by Jean after your internship. In fact, you should aspire for much better. Like, you should want to leave here knowing that you can do a lot at a very young age, very fast, because everything they were learning was firsthand. I don't have a team of people. It was just me and my friend running this business.
Okay, school ending shot manje bichitwala. Last number got the idupindu pala. Pull up in a trance na matushukala. Etwala, bichitwala.
Okay, shot ngani maseki.
Yeah, I can't even see that far, so I think it's cool.
What's good, my niggas? It's your boy B on another episode of the Elusive podcast, baby. Got my homie Kalibo Leton.
It's your boy K_LIPO. Back again, baby. We've got a special lady today. Her name is Bali Sibego, formerly known as Jean, fashion writer, founder of Brands by Jean, which is an online marketing agency. Thank you for coming through, Bali.
Thank you for having me.
Call you Bali or Jean?
Whichever one.
Is Jean your name?
No, it's a nickname.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why do they call you Jean?
I actually started it. It was in high school, and it was like alter ego vibes.
I was about to say that actually.
And it was because I wanted to start a fashion design label. Like, I thought I was going to be a designer. And then, I was going to call my fashion label Okebis Jean. And then Jean kind of just stuck. My friends started calling me Jean, yeah. It's also derived from my mom's second name.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's your second name?
Eugenia. Yeah.
Let's go.
I was about to say actually that Jean is your alter ego because I feel like, would you say Bali and Jean are two different people?
Definitely, big time. Yeah. I think Jean is like what I put out there, and then Bali's like who I am.
Oh,
yeah.
It's more social.
No, Bali's social too. It's just that what you perceive and see is Jean out in the public, and then who I really am.
Bali's like pajamas.
That's serious. She doesn't go out. She cries a lot.
Yeah.
Jean is a brand.
Jean is a brand, yeah.
Brand.
Jean exists like out in the world, and Bali's like does her own thing. She likes different things as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
So let's take it back to where the passion of like fashion and marketing started, or fashion, because the fashion started first.
Yeah.
Yeah, take us back to that.
I was 9 years old and I was watching TV, and I used to watch like E! Entertainment, True Hollywood stories, and I used to redraw what they'd wear on the red carpet, or I tried to at the age of 9. And I had like a scrapbook of like all these designs and drawings. And then I started doing my own stuff. And then when I was in high school, I was just known as the fashion girly. Like, that's what I really loved. I was drawing in class. I was always like designing stuff. And then I started physically making things, or like enhancing my clothes. And I'd make hats, and I'd like enhance my jeans or something, t-shirts. And then there was like talent shows and stuff, and fashion shows at school. So I'd make things for those kind of things.
And you win.
Yeah. It wasn't even like a competition kind of thing. It was like I'd always like want to showcase something fashion related. And in my grade specifically, no one was like into fashion like that. They liked fashion, but I didn't think they wanted to like make clothes and stuff. And so I was very intentional about it from a very young age. Yeah.
I'm sure you were excited for like CV's Day, no?
For?
CV's Day.
I used to love Civi's Day, but in primary school. In high
school.
school, I dreaded Civi's Day.
Yeah.
I hated it. Okay, so I went to a private school, and Civi's Day was very much on like very big name brands, and then also like it was like very trendy stuff and not individualistic. And I think I was a bit weird and quirky, and I don't think I was understood stylistically. But even
Oh, that makes sense though.
yeah, but I kind of grew into that as well. I mean, I dress very trendy now, so yeah.
I think that's the case with most like fashion designers. Like, people don't get their style until they have to like, adapt and, dress like them.
Yeah.
And also like in primary school, like you said, I think the biggest thing is just brands, wearing what brand you're wearing.
Yeah.
More,
but in primary school it was so different.
More like on the brands,
Yes, yeah, that's true.
So you mentioned in the beginning that like whatever you saw on TV, you draw like whatever you saw on the fashion shows.
Yeah, like red carpets and stuff.
But there wasn't pros back in the day though. So how would you like memorize it?
Yeah, I would. There was repeats, and I would rewatch, or I try to do it quickly as well, or from my memory.
Yeah.
As I don't think I had like what's it, photographic memory? Yeah, but I would do those moments on the red carpets when I'd see those stars were like pretty major for me, so they would stick in my head the entire time. Yeah.
Who was your favorite fashion model? Because we know, like everyone knows Tyra Banks. You know her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tyra, Naomi Campbell, the big girlies, Kate Moss. They were the big girls back then. But it wasn't just models. Like I love Beyonce, and to me she was like ultimate.
Yeah,
she
you
still
like
is.
the
Yeah.
artists.
Yeah. So I was inspired by anything that was beautiful. I think, and I still am the same. I really like seeing beautiful women all the time. Yeah, I like pretty things, and I just like seeing beautiful women. So it wasn't a specific person. I mean, Beyonce was very big in my life for most of it, but yeah, it was multiple people. Like there were so many people. Even Halle Berry. Like, I went through this phase where I was obsessed with bikinis, and I would design and draw my own little bikinis with flowers and stuff, just because of like a Sports Illustrated something that she did. Yeah.
And what was one brand that like kind of caught your attention growing up a lot? Like you'd say that this brand was like, wow.
That's a good question. Again, I don't think you'll ever have like one standalone favorite, but I went through like seasons of stuff. Like I really loved Vera Wang at some stage because of her bridal like dresses, and she was like really big in the 2000s for bridal wear. And then I also went through an Yves Saint Laurent phase, huge Yves Saint Laurent phase. He introduced like suit wear with women and color blocking as well, and the power suits. That's actually like he brought that into fashion, like women wearing these power suits and stuff. So yeah, I went through an YSL phase, and then there was Balmain. And I also loved Olivier Roosting. And I remember when he became creative director, he was 25 years old. And I think he was like the youngest creative director ever. Like, and I was like, I want to be a creative director. I still do, actually. Yeah.
When you talk about these brands, was it when you were still like 9, or was it like?
No, so when I was in my youth, or as a kid, when I was like 9, it was like Vera Wang and maybe some Oscar de la Renta. Or I also loved David Lally actually when I was a kid, and Gert Johan Coetzee was in my teens, and Balmain as well. And I remember the first ever fashion show and like a serious like fashion week was actually going to Gert Johan Coetzee's show. Yeah, so I'm a major fan of his work. And then Balmain was also around the same time, and then Yves Saint Laurent was like maybe late teens when I was like 18, 20, 19, 20. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning to me you'd go to like SA Fashion Weeks as well in high school.
Yeah. I was like really deep into it. I won tickets back when Edgus was like the big thing. I remember you had to enter competition through Edgus and Tresemme. Tresemme is still a South African Fashion Week partner, and that's been like over 10 years. Well, yeah, because I've been out of high school since. But you had to take like a selfie with a Tresemme product, whether you were in Discount or something, and tag Tresemme, tag Edgus. And there was about 3 of us that won, these other girls, and I still am in contact with them. But yeah, Gert Johan Coetzee was my first ever fashion show, and it was SA Fashion Week. Yeah, it was very cool.
High school, right, at the time?
I was high school. I was in grade 11. I was 16. Yeah.
So you've been about it.
I've been.
So then, obviously, now you transition from that to finishing matric, and then deciding to study fashion, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and your parents, what was their reaction? Because black parents.
Yeah.
Why did you go to medicine or
I know.
accounting or something?
They were so like. Shame. I think as horrible as they were also very understanding for black parents. I think a lot of black parents would have been like, "Ay, ya, tala, like you're not doing this. Do something else, and then you can do it when you finish studying. You know, you can go into it when you finish studying." But from high school, I was very stubborn about it, and I think when my mom kind of was convinced was when we had to do job shadowing, you know, like I think it's like career week and like matric just before, you know, you go into prelims and stuff. And so I shadowed two designers. One was a bridal wear designer, Veselina Pincheva. I don't think she still showcases, but she was showcasing back then. And then the other one was Suzanne Haynes, and she was major at the time. So I was very lucky to get that job shadowing opportunity. Even though I didn't get much one-on-one time with her, her team was very cool, and they invited me to Fashion Week as well, but for AFI. And yeah, I think that's when my parents saw, when they saw how involved I was getting, doing my own research, finding schools as well for, you know, after high school on my own. Just doing the research. So yeah, I don't think they were like happy about it, but they just saw like I really want to do this, and like I don't care about anything else. So, you know, let her do it.
They saw the effort you were putting into it. Plus, they didn't know anything about it, and to help you like apply for schools.
No, I mean both my parents are academics, so yeah, they didn't see that at all. In fact, my dad was like pushing for science, something to do with science. Yeah.
Wait.
Tamu relates. Yeah.
But you
He
are-
knows our family.
But you are an academic as well, because you do have a degree in
Yes,
the field.
but I mean in my field, you know.
Okay, yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm not a STEM girl, you know. Yeah.
So where does the fashion come from, like within the family? Like, is it maybe
You know,
your
the irony
grandparents?
is that my family is very good, like gifted with hands on both sides. My dad's aunt, my grandmother from Soweto, did my mom's wedding dress. She knows how to. She taught me how to sew, actually. Yeah.
Traditional or
No, white wedding. Like she's like proper. She's really good. She still sews till this day, and she's like 70 something, like almost 80. So yeah, so I don't understand the animosity from black parents, but they were like, my dad's side is very gifted, and so is my mom. My great grandfather apparently used to build his own everything, his own house, his own car. He built my dad a bicycle. So being like handcrafted, I know. My dad talks about him all the time. He said he used to take a train from Davidson all the way to like Mpumalanga just to go like hang out with that man, and he made him a bicycle, and he built his own house, and he built his own car, and like so being like crafted is it's not, yeah, it's in our genes, you know. Yeah.
That's a fun.
no pun
Yeah,
intended.
it's in our genes.
So, okay, getting to varsity now, meeting other kids who are like you, or like-minded individuals. How was
Yeah.
that like as well? Like, finally being like with people that understand it.
And
and
do
get
you,
it, you know?
I thought it was going to be fun.
Yeah.
So I first went to a institution in Cape Town, and that was actually not fun. I dropped out. I left even. And that was like the military. I don't know why that institution like behaves that way, I want to say, or runs a tight ship like that. It just doesn't make sense. Every day felt like Project Runway, like 9, 10, like you're not sleeping, you're not eating, you just have to be at school. There was this one girl, her name was Haun, she's Asian, and she used to get like straight A's from the get-go, and she never stepped in. She used to have nosebleeds like during classes and stuff, and she never ate and stuff, and she was so skinny, and so everyone would be like, we need to get on our Haun, like, because that's her name, so we need to get on our shit like Haun does. And I didn't enjoy that phase of my life. In fact, it made me think that I don't want to do fashion at all, then maybe this is not for me, that I hate it, or I'm not cut out for this. If this is the case, then maybe I should do something more academically inclined. And then I did a BCom in fashion. I came back to Joburg, and that's my degree. It's on the business side of fashion, which I feel more inclined to, but I never lost that passion to like create or I don't know, make stuff. I still do for myself. Like I've got like dresses and stuff that I make for myself. If I need something that I want to wear, then I could go to a fabric store and make it from scratch. But I don't think I want to be a designer anymore
Why not?
because of that experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did your parents say? Were they like, told you?
They were disappointed because they spent a full year's worth of tuition and in Cape Town accommodation. So I think they were really disappointed that I came back home with no degree, and they spent all their money.
You were there for a year, right?
For a year, yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, they paid that year
Oh, yeah,
of
that year,
tuition,
so, yeah.
and they paid for my accommodation, and for me to be there. So yeah, but I don't think it was particularly just the school. There was a bunch of stuff that happened that year that made me realize maybe I'm not a designer.
So coming back home, I guess, kind of reignited your feel for the fashion and like being in a different environment.
Yeah. And also just seeing a different take in fashion. I don't have to be a designer to have made it in fashion. There's so many roles. You can be a stylist, you can be a buyer, you can be a marketer in fashion.
I was going to ask, actually, how did you become a fashion writer specifically?
Yeah, you can become a writer. Okay, with me, it was not also conventional. I studied a BCom, so I studied the business side, right?
Yeah.
There's writing, but like it's reports and trends and stuff like that, or the marketing side of aspects, or supply chain management aspect of it, or project management. There's no writing stories. So to become a writer, you would ideally do a media buying, a media fashion degree, or a fashion journalism degree. Yeah.
Journalism.
So there's fashion media at Lysof. That's where I went. And you study writing and photography and styling, and that's what's under that degree. But I never took it. So ideally, that's what you'd go into. But I was just, pap. I like things. I'm audacious. And I used to have a blog, even in high school, actually. No, it was straight after high school. It was called I Heart Joburg. And I used to go to Brum and take pictures of people and interview people and write about them and do photo shoots. And we once did a photo shoot with, I did it with my friends. My one, she's not my friend anymore, but we went to high school together. She's a model, Bianca, and she won this huge modeling competition. And I made her an outfit and I shot her, and then I'd write about it in my blog. I made my friend Tabo clothes at some point, and I was really heavily influenced by Kanye West at the time. And he just started the Yeezy collection, and he had the socks and the pantyhose and the nudes, and everyone didn't get it with the army colors and the ripped shirts and stuff. So I was super heavily influenced by that, and I made Tabo some clothes, and we went and shot it at the rooftop at Northmead Mall. At the rooftop parking, at Northmead Mall.
Okay.
And what else? Who else did I? I just did that with my friends of Tepo, one of my friends who's still my friend. We found this field, literally a random field leading up to Pretoria Road, and we shot there as well. So I would write just because I liked it, and I would post about it. And then I remember there was this other like student blog thing that was happening around Wits at the time, and I did like an article for them because they asked. And then one day, one of my friends that I met in Cape Town, while I was still staying in Cape Town, he told someone from What's On in Cape Town, hey, there's this girl who can go and attend an event and write on it for What's On in Joburg. And that was my first official writing where I was getting paid to do it. And then from there, I got referred, and I did a Don Julio press release. I got paid for that, and I remember I undercharged, but I didn't even know how much writers charge.
Yeah.
And I sent the invoice. Okay, writers should usually, for a press release, charge like 3K. I remember invoicing 900 Rand, right?
Yeah.
And the lady literally who gave me the work, she was like, never charge that low ever again for a corporate job. I mean, Don Julio is a global brand, but I wasn't thinking that.
Wait, slow down, sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, so when you do these pieces, like for these corporate gigs, is it on your specific blog, or is it going to be on their page?
No, it's theirs. It's theirs to keep. So they even have the publishing rights. It doesn't even have my name. So no one even knows that I wrote
So you
it.
do it like Microsoft Word or something?
Yeah.
And then you just send it to them?
Yeah, and then they put on their logos and stuff, and they send that out.
Okay.
And it's their corporate writing. It belongs to them. So that's why she was like, this, doesn't have your name to it, so you better charge, and it's a global brand. Yeah. So I didn't know that at the time.
Does that, sorry to
no.
Does that still work now since there's like ChatGPT?
What do you mean?
Like
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing as well. like with the writing. I
Yeah.
mean, you can just use ChatGPT to write your
Yes,
things
you
for yourself,
can.
so-
You can definitely use AI. But the thing is with AI, and this is what I've noticed because I write quite a bit, I can catch it out immediately. And I saw
yeah,
this
yeah,
last year when Brands by Gene had interns for the first time ever. And I would let the interns run the social media page for Brands by Gene, the Instagram page. But it was specific posts. It wasn't everything. I would still do the bulk of the work. But the one thing that I let them run with was a segment called It's the Weekend. So it was a post that we did every 2 Fridays just to remind people to like take a breather. You've worked hard enough. Go enjoy your weekend. And they would have to do the post and the caption. And obviously they'd put ChatGPT to do the caption, right?
Yeah.
And so I'd pick it up immediately because I don't know how they would prompt ChatGPT, but I would pick it up immediately that, okay, you've used ChatGPT. And then I tell them, I can tell you're using ChatGPT. It's okay,
Yeah.
but you need to sound like a human and not a robot. And how ChatGPT works is that it can work against you. So what you tell it is very important. You'll be caught out immediately. Yeah.
So what was there a specific pattern that was similar in the?
Yeah, it was like all the same nonsense. ChatGPT is also very repetitive. It struggles to find new ways to say things. They would also overthink it because I chose that post for them to do and run with specifically because it's the easiest thing. It's not describing people's work. It's not giving credit to someone. It's not like a whole announcement on a brand doing something. It's literally go have fun, switch off your laptop. They don't pay you enough. That could have been a caption and I would have been fine with it. I used to tell them, be as sassy as you want to be. You know, you can tell them, leave, you know, tell your boss I'm not coming back or answer that email on Monday. And so, yeah, I think they were overthinking it and then they'd go into using ChatGPT.
Oh, so is your answer to the question that companies still do like hire out like writers?
Definitely. You'll never find that human voice in a computer. It assists. I use AI. Everyone uses AI. But there's humanality that's missing that in any kind of writing, whether it's just a caption for social media, whether it's long form, whether it's your research paper. Yeah, it will just never find that tone. Yeah.
I was gonna say that I feel like it's taking away from the creative elements in like a lot of things as well. You know, like that human element of like struggling to find the right caption, you know, erasing it, having a rough draft, and it takes away from the process of like finding the perfect thing, you know, because now you just prompt it and then it's done.
Yeah.
You know, which I feel like kids nowadays won't have that like, you know, that feeling of like struggling to like write the essays and like, you know what I'm saying?
But it's because kids are not reading as much these days.
Definitely.
So, but yeah, I encourage people to read even if it's a magazine. Just do it. Yeah.
So when you worked your 9-to-5 jobs, your first 9-to-5, you weren't a fashion writer by the way.
No.
You were different role completely.
I mean,
as well.
I was writing anyways in high school, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know who tells you that you're a writer. And until you get your first check, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess that solidifies it because now you're getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
But I felt like I was gonna write. Yeah.
So I want to go into your corporate jobs because you work with like fashion brands as well, like Polo, right? Polo, that's a big fashion brand. So what was that like as well? Like actually being in a brand and a corporation, and what was your role there as well?
Grab it, take a sip.
And describe how it tastes.
Shout out to Far East Lifestyle Pub and Grill. You know, shout out to them for hosting us. Please take a sip of your cocktail.
It's too good.
It's good.
Yeah, it's like very sweet. It tastes like it has vodka in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Is it? And it looks like it's sparkling, like sort of. Like it's got like little glitters or something.
You a big fan of vodka or not?
No, actually. I'm not. But I do like this. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out. Thank you to Far East Life.
Come through to Far East Life and, you know, get your drinks and your food.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us, Far East Pub and Grill.
Back to Polo.
Oh, yes. So I was saying that I've had very mixed feelings about my role at that job, even when I was there and even now. but there were a lot of good times. I can pull out a lot of great memories, and the fact that I'm still friends with a lot of my colleagues from then is kind of shocking to me. But I love it. Yeah, I think everything in life has a reason. Even when I was in Cape Town, it was terrible. I think there was a reason why I had to go through that. So yeah.
But you seem to keep like in contact with a lot of people. That's a good thing.
That is rule number one of having a job is you don't burn bridges.
Yeah.
That's how you get recommended. Hey, that's
Yeah.
how you literally maintain relationships. You don't burn bridges.
Yeah.
I didn't have the most amazing experience, at my first corporate job and only corporate job, but I wouldn't change anything. The people there were amazing. Yeah.
Shut up.
So now with you being the marketing, head of marketing?
No, I was PR and marketing coordinator.
Marketing coordinator.
Yeah. I was in a junior role.
Junior role.
I had a manager, the marketing manager. Yeah.
So working in marketing
Yeah.
specifically, right?
Yeah.
So that experience, I'm assuming, helped you with starting your own marketing agency, your online marketing agency.
It played a role.
Yeah.
I don't think corporate taught me everything. Agency did.
Yeah.
But what corporate taught me is that I don't want to be in a cycle, and I want to explore different things as well, because my job wasn't hard. It was very easy. I could have done it in my sleep. I was getting to that. I was getting to that point. So I felt like I wasn't being challenged, right? And I left maybe prematurely. Maybe I could have climbed, the corporate ladder. But I went to agency after Polo. Sorry, I don't want to mention them too much. I don't want them to come for me and think that I'm not a fan. But yeah. So I left Polo within like 2 years of being there and went into agency. And that's when I think I learned like grit and how to do things completely on your own. Because in corporate, you kind of have a cushion. There's your manager, and then on top of my manager, there was head of marketing, and he worked across the group because Polo is not one entity. Actually, it's in a group. There's other brands that exist. So he was head of marketing for other brands too, including Polo. Then there was our MD, So there's all these levels, and then there's also other like cross paths that you work alongside. So I didn't see everything that was happening at Polo. I don't know everything that's going on or how they got certain things done. But when you're an agency, you kind of have to play the role of almost everyone. You play the role of a social media manager, of a coordinator, of a PR person, of a copywriter. There's multiple heads in one person.
Agencies in like marketing agency or the company agency?
No, as in like any agencies. Yeah.
Okay. So when did you start Brands by Gin in the midst of all of that? When did that idea come about?
I registered the company in 2020 before I even started working at Polo officially. And I only started full time as a business, like entrepreneur person last year. Yeah. So it's been 1 year. Yeah.
Really?
Literally, I've registered. My company is 5 years old. It's turning 5 in September.
You were working on it though while you were still in your corporate
I
job.
used it for freelancing.
Yeah, on the
So
side. Okay.
So I used it to bill on the side.
Invoicing and
invoicing, or like to just keep up my books. Like if there's anything that was coming in, it was Brands by Gina, it wasn't me. And I think that for me made it easier, because when you have a job, you're not allowed to, So it wasn't me who was doing it. It was Jean. Jean was working. Bali was at a 9 to 5. Jean was, doing the other work. Yeah.
So did you do some research, or was it fully from your job, like all the knowledge you had about marketing?
Yeah, everything I learned on the ground. I mean, my degree, I had a triple major, so marketing management, business management, and consumer buying behavior were my majors. But everything I learned was on the job, like whilst I was working. Yeah.
Okay, and then with Brands by G now, obviously you've branched out to like other offerings as well, like working with influencers as well.
Yeah.
When does that come into play as well?
When does that?
When you start working with influencers as well, like helping them manage their brands as well.
Yeah.
When was that also?
That actually was influenced by your former guest, Zianda. I did not want to do that. She actually very much forced me into that.
Yeah.
I remember she DM'd me about Ntando. I don't know if you know her, Linda Mtoba's manager slash best friend. Is Ntando? Dombi.
Is it Tando Zegalala?
Yes, that's Linda Mtoba's manager, right?
Yeah. A lot of ladies in the industry. She manages more than one.
Yes.
Even
But
me,
when Z had suggested that I manage her, it was because of her. It was years ago, and she literally sent me Ntando's profile, and I was like, "Who's this?" And she says, "This is Linda Mtoba's best friend slash manager." Because I was like, I don't want to manage anyone. I don't want any expectations of barely can afford myself, manage my expectations. So I don't want to have someone else, in my hands. But yeah, we spoke about it, and I think we're still on a journey of it because you're learning. I'm still learning. Zianda, I think she's also growing and changing, same as me, as the years go by. So I think managing people is it's human economics, as we like to say now in Hayani. But you're always learning people. It's a long journey. Yeah. So I brought that in actually because of Zianda. It wasn't intentional.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is kind of smart. I mean, having more offerings onto your company as well.
Yeah.
And working with, since we're on the top, working with, I would say famous people. I guess, how is that like? Because people have the perception that famous people think they're better than everyone else, or they can be arrogant sometimes. And how has that been like? Because I'm assuming some people who are very much famous kind of have that arrogance sometimes.
I've had a very pleasant experience with people that are public or popular. Also, maybe because this wasn't where I currently am working, or the clients that I have right now, actually, let me say, and I don't want to name drop, but they weren't my first rodeo. I guess at this scale it's nice, but they weren't my first batch of famous people. So I don't know. I don't have a terrible experience. I don't even have a bad experience. But what I can say is that we're also very nice as like South Africans. We have such amazing people and like personalities. I think we're just kind people. I think we were voted even kindest country in the world. Literally 2020. I'm going to find that link and share it with you guys. We were voted kindest people in the world. So I think even the people that are popular in our country they're just people. Yeah, they're not rude. Yeah.
This is just your approach.
Yeah, I think it's your approach. I think also when you treat people, I've had that experience actually. I met someone who I love his work down. He's an amazing fashion designer. And I remember meeting him on a trip where I was a writer, right? And they took us away to Ethiopia. And I don't know why I acted like I was seeing Beyonce. I don't know why I did that. Because I've met famous people before, but with him, I was like, oh my God, I love you. And I feel like ever since that day, he'll never erase me off of the fact of that girl who lost her mind when we were in the same room with everyone else in another country. Like I was there with him, So I didn't treat myself like I also earned my spot.
So he's got Mapumaji, basically.
No, not even. He was just like, okay, like cute, and every time he sees me now, I'm just that girl who's like, oh, she's such a fan. So, and it's okay. I still love his work. But yeah, I feel like now that's all that it's gonna ever be. Even if I meet Beyonce herself and what if I write an article about her on Vogue? I still will be that girl who lost her shit.
I mean, it was a learning curve for you, I guess, right?
I guess, yeah, to treat everyone like people. Yeah.
But like some huge names, like, well, I'm speaking on a rapper right now, Russ. He says like it's good to fan out, like, to be real and to fan out. He says he does it all the time.
Yeah.
But because of where he is now,
yeah, he
people,
can. Yeah.
Have gained respect for him.
Yeah.
They don't see him as that guy who fanned out.
Yeah.
They respect him.
Oh no, big time. But the thing is, I'm not on that level. I mean, I was there with him in the country, and I guess we're breathing the same air because I'm a good writer, but I'm not Anna Wintour either, like, you know? So I respect that. And I think it is cool. People do it with Beyonce. Have you ever watched like celebrities reacting to Beyonce?
Oh, yeah.
Like even when she just walks past in a red carpet, they're like, oh my God. And they were busy with their own interview.
Even with the awards.
Literally, Adele, Taylor Swift, what's his Childish Gambino? I remember who was it? That guy who loves rapping about God. What's his name? I'm looking at Tamulu like.
Lecrae.
No, not the gospel one, but
Common.
no. He always has the 3 on his cap.
Oh, Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper was doing an interview. I don't know what
I
it was
know,
for.
when she
Yes,
comes
and she
and then
literally walks past.
yeah,
Yes,
fucking-
and he literally loses his mind.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. But again, you know, levels to the shit.
But you would lose your mind if you saw Beyonce.
Oh, honey, I have lost my mind. I have lost my mind. That's the thing. I have.
I lose my mind if but I get it though.
Yeah. Oh no, I have. I will again. I have. I got to see a global citizen. I lost my mind.
Like at close range, like
I
this.
was literally on the fence at Global Citizen. I was in Golden Circle. I was, guys. I'm so pissed because I lost that phone. Well, it got mugged that night, and I didn't have any iCloud setups or anything, so it was gone with my phone, like every single video. And sometimes I'm like, did you make it up? But I didn't, obviously, because I got mugged. My friends were there, so they are proof that I saw her. Like,
Machita, you look fire.
But the best memories are the ones that are in your mind, I guess.
Yes, that's true.
You know. So, what are some of the challenges that you faced now that you've been fully focused on Friends by Chain? You've been fully an entrepreneur now. You know, you're not working for anyone but yourself. What are some of the challenges you face? Because I mean, everything has challenges, right?
Yeah. That's a lie, but it is a challenge too. And it's a lie everyone, entrepreneurs, I don't know who started the lie that you don't work for someone. That's not true. Your clients are your bosses. I have multiple. And I think that's the biggest challenge, is that I don't answer to one person now. I had a manager when I was working corporate, and in agency I also had just one direct person, the owner. But now I have multiple people on my ass for things. But they're not on my ass, but obviously I answer to multiple people actually. So that's one of the challenges, is that everyone, I think, downplays the kind of work that you're doing. Having multiple clients sounds nice. You know, let's say I have Bar One as a client, and I have Louis Vuitton as a client, and Santon City Malls also my client, and I do their marketing. That means I answer to Santon City, Bar One, Louis Vuitton, you know, and different people as well, because they are in a corporate space or like a huge company space. So there's multiple people that you're always in conversation with. So I think that's one of the challenges, is that you do answer to people, not just one person. Another challenge is that I think I'm very uncomfortable about like money conversations, very uncomfortable about like dealing with money as well. So like I know my books and stuff need a lot more attention. I know that I need like help with things that I don't understand, because I mean I know how to do my job, but I'm not an accountant. I'm not even HR. You know, I'm not legal. So when do I have time off? When do I sick leave? Like I don't really get sick leave. I still continue working when I'm sick. But if I feel down, I take that more seriously, and then I don't want to work. I'm offline. But there's no one saying, well, because you feel sad today, doesn't mean you can skip out on work. I would rather work through flu than work through when I just don't feel like it, you know? So it's things like that, even holding myself accountable. Legally as well, I don't know all the laws. I did a year of law, company law within my degree. It was one of my modules, but like that doesn't mean like I know everything. So yeah, those are some of the challenges, is that realizing you're gonna need help. What's the saying? I love it. It's, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. Yeah. Yeah.
So who are some other marketers in the marketing space that you look at as competition or inspiration? Because there's one that I know of who I don't know if she does exactly the same thing, but she's a marketer and she's a solo. She runs her own business, Label Lion. I don't know if you know.
I've heard of Lebu
Yeah,
Lion.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So who do you look at as maybe inspiration or like competition?
I love Sibu from Duma Collective. She runs Duma Collective.
Mabena.
Sibu Mabena, Duma Collective. Remember meeting her and she was very like busy, and I was like, only if you knew I love you. I also love like DNA brand architects. Shit, his name is leaving my mind. Not Vincent Zondo, the one that runs it, that founded it. Shit, and he was in my application for masters. Like, I love him down.
Yeah.
He's also someone I really admire, and 100% black owned, and I think it's like the biggest black owned agency. And they have huge brands, you know.
Yeah.
They competing at the level of like VML, Y&R, Ogilvy, like, you know, these huge agencies that are international and have branches here. So he's amazing. What's his name? Yo, I love him. Those are my inspos. I'm trying to think who else. Thingy that passed away. Oh, I'm so terrible with names, and someone who knows this. I'm horrible with names, but I can see his face. He passed away recently from Orchid on 25. And they just Jay, yes, and they just announced the new CEO. Actually, I think it was on Wednesday or Thursday. Also admired Jay as well. So yeah, those are inspirations. I don't think there's competition.
Yeah.
I think it's too soon in the game for me personally to have to see anyone as a competition. Yeah, I don't feel that way. I also feel like the dreams that I have and the aspirations that I have are also so individualistic. Even with the inspiration that I have and like the mentors that the mentors that I have, I admire them, but I also know my story is not theirs. So I think there's beauty in that, knowing that what's ever meant for me is mine, and also I don't want to do what they have done exactly.
Okay, Sarah.
Yeah. And you know what? This is why it brands by Gene, that children are very important. But no, it's true. I really love the youth and young people. I think obviously the youth is the future. I didn't make this up. It's very well known. I really place an importance on like educating and mentorship, and I think that's why I did the internship last year. I really believe in the Gen Zs, the Gen Alphas, because obviously they're after us. So showing them, you know, the ropes, making sure that they know what to do in their professional career, I think is really important, as well as shaping their minds for any path that they go in. And that was one of the first things I also told them, like, obviously you're not here to like, you shouldn't aspire to want to work at Brands by Gene after your internship. In fact, you should aspire for much better. Like, you should want to leave here knowing that you can do a lot at a very young age, very fast, because everything they were learning was firsthand. I don't have a team of people. It was just me and my friend running this business, and, you know, 8 interns. So we wanted the best for them. We did letters of recommendations. We were sitting with them for interviews if they needed to prep. They school assignment stuff, like if they needed like sign-offs and stuff and help with research, they still reach out. One of them, who was an intern last year, Amu, she's now doing her honors. She reaches out for research help. Nikki needed a letter of recommendation. Now she's in Europe, you know, doing an internship that side. So we always made them strive for even more than what, you know, we were offering them, so that they know that, anything they want to do, they can do. So yeah, I think you're right. Education is really important. I really admire young people, and I always want to work with them. Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you for that, man. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. I just want to say that, like, you know, keep pushing. Brands by Gene, you know, it's doing really well. And it may not be where you want it to be, but it's definitely going places. With the mentality you have, as well as helping
Thank
people,
you.
young people as well. So You know, shout out to you giving me your flowers.
Thank
That's being from the East, right? As well. I mean, you're the only, like,
guys,
online
don't
marketing.
lie. They have me here because they never scheduled properly by the time they wanted me, and now someone dropped them, and so now I'm here. Tell them the truth.
Wow,
Tell them the
nice.
truth.
That's nice.
That's not my flowers. These aren't real flowers. These are substitute flowers. These are someone else's flowers. I'm just stepping in.
These are your flowers, man. We're always rooting behind you as well, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you,
One last
guys.
question we have for everyone who comes on.
Oh yeah.
If you only had 24 hours left to live, what would you do? Like from like right now.
I would be with Ivy. I would be with my mom and my dad. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ivy, your dog.
Yeah. I'd be with my dog and I'd be with my parents, and that's it. That would be the perfect 24 hours.
Yeah.
What would you do, like, with them?
I did what we always do. We chill, we eat, we have a good time, we talk. Yeah.
Play with Ivy a bit.
Oh, have the best time with them.
And Max as well, obviously.
I don't like Max, but yeah, sure. He can come.
So family is important to you.
Big time. Yeah, I'm very family orientated. Yeah, I always have been. My first friends were my family. I don't have siblings, so I didn't have a choice. Yeah. So my first friends were literally my cousins. Yeah.
Parents brought you up well.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll say, you know, what I noticed today, actually, you're very good at selling yourself.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, you actually are.
Yeah. But she's a marketer.
Yeah, it makes sense that you're in that industry. So, yeah,
Only now you see this.
Only now. You
This girl.
can sell yourself. You are. Sure.
Thank
for coming through,
you.
man.
Thank you for having me, guys. Honestly, thank you.
Shout out to you.
I hope I can come back again.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe
for sure.
like after 5 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully I make $1 million or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll hold you to it. We'll hold you to it. Yeah, maybe you could also help us, man, with some of your influences as well. Anyone that needs any sort of
To
like,
have them on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. You should should hit up Mfundo on travel and lifestyle and what that's like. Yeah. Mfundo's from the east. Unati.
that's you as well. Yeah.
Who else? Hotels in Cape Town. Unfortunately, Troy is like also up and down. He's far, but you already had Zianda, so hit up Mfundo and
Not it.
Nati, and there's Caro, but Caro's like friends of Brands by Jane.
Oh.
Yeah, she's not like full time managed by us. Yeah.
Alright. Peace out.